Hello everyone. Today I will show you how easy it is to use generative AI to generate end-to-end tests using testRigor. For that we will be using Best Buy. Let's just copy the URL, paste it into URL in the test suite and name test suite Best Buy. And we can proceed and create the test suite. There is then a button here says add custom test case. If you click on that, here you can write your test cases yourself using description and then steps that needs to be executed, or you can specify the description. For example, find the Kindle and add it to shopping cart. If you click on the first button, it will just generate you an example. However, if you click on the second button, this is where it will actually start generating you actual functional end-to-end test. And this is automatically generated test and error. So we are interested in the second one. So what the system does is basically it loads the website, the URL, which we have specified when we created the test suite. Then it will use the prompt and your website to figure out step by step what needs to be done to actually build a functioning end-to-end test on your specific system. And this is what it is doing right now. So as you can see, it entered, let's go there and see what it is trying to do here. If you click on the screenshot, you can see it entered Kindle into search bar, clicked on this Kindle and add to cart, and I got to this interesting pop-up, but it figured out that you should click go to cart there. And it got to whatever seems to be a cart. Then I click checkout, and there's a login prompt. It says continue as a guest. All right. Here, it decided for some reason that it needs to validate that the page contains address. After that, it actually entered some kind of an address there. As you can see, it tried to enter the full address into address bar, which is clearly not to the format because the city and the zip code are different fields. But that's totally fine because we can easily modify this test case. For that, you can use either quick edit or edit test case button. Let's click quick edit. And here, first of all, we do not need to do this validation in here, so we'll remove that. We might need it later. Second of all, it's a funny city name. We can add a city into city and enter with zip code into zip and remove them from the original long address. Now we are entering in correct format, address, city, and zip. Click apply. which is the next button in there. So now the question is, okay, so we're probably not going to go through what are we going to validate. Well, there are several ways how we can validate errors. We can validate specific errors. Let's say it highlights the state and says we need a state, or we can just validate it and go through anywhere and say the page still contains apply button. And this is what we'll do. So just click update and retest. As you can see here, this is our updated test. And now what it will do, it will execute our updated instructions to run the test, doing exactly what we need there instead of these slightly incorrect ones. And this way we got ourselves functioning negative end-to-end checkout flow test within 5 minutes. Once again, the majority of the test case had been generated by the generative AI, and then we modified it to allow it to do whatever we need, and we got ourselves a test case which is working and doing exactly what we need. And this is how easy it is to build functional end-to-end test case using generative AI. Let's give it a second. And voila, as you can see here, it found apply, which is still enabled button on the page. Thank you very much.